going to be introducing you to AutoCAD. Double click on the program. You want your basic A size template. Click OK. Go over, click yes. And there you go. You don't want any of this stuff here because it's just a pain. So you just go to the erase tool, left click, and erase. For some reason it doesn't erase this, so you can just left click, but make sure you're dragging it up. Then you'll right click and then you can just go to erase. Okay, so there's the center line. There's a whole bunch of different layers. You don't need to worry about them. So we're just going to go with object lines, which basically means your drawing layer. Okay, so you can go to your line tool, and if you want to make a square, you can just rough and guess it out. But you see, if you were to go to put dimensions on, like so, it's not exactly 5. Okay. Yeah, you can just use that to move. But so we don't want this. That's crap. Nobody wants that. That's a piece of crap. So if you go to object lines, actually before we do this, make sure your drawing is always on a scale of 1 to 1. If it's on 1 to 1, it would be bigger. 1 to 2 will get smaller, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we want it on a scale of 1 to 1. Now, if you want your square to be 5.5 inches across, you just hit 5.5 on your keypad or up or anywhere, and you just hit enter. So there's your 5.5. And you do 5.5. Move it up so you can see it all. Go back to there. And the only reason it will always go to there, but if you turn your O snap off, then it doesn't. So you always want that on. 5.5, enter. Now you could just go straight up, or you could just hit C and then enter, which means close. Oops. It's not working, so it sucks. Okay, so there's your square. Now, if you were to want to make a circle in the middle, you couldn't just make a circle right there, you know. Nope, that's not completely center. So erase that. If you want to make a center in the middle, right there, you see that triangle? That means your midpoint. And this just means it's snapping to a perpendicular, as it says. So go there, find your midpoint, and you see, you don't want that line there. So what you can do is go right here, you right click, hit enter, right click, and go repeat line. It's just quicker. So you go there, and let's say you want your circle to touch it all, so you can just go right there. But now you don't want these nasty little corners on there, because you want to make a cool scope so they can just cap that deer. So what you do is you go to the trim tool. You can't just go to the trim tool and just start clicking on stuff. No, that doesn't work. That's crap. What you do is you click the trim tool, you right click off into the corner, and then you click on your points you don't want. It won't always trim everything you want, because that means it's just a solid line. You can just go to the erase tool and just erase. For this, you just left click on the items, and then just right click. Okay, so there's your scope, and you make sure you're on the scale of 1 to 1. Now, if you got Mr. Kuhn as your teacher, if it's off there, boom, nope, you don't get the points. You just got to make sure it's nice and square. And there you go. There you have it.